My name is Sarah Woodbury, and today we are talking about holy wells in Wales. Water itself is, of course, the stuff of life, and the idea that a holy well or water would have the power to heal is an ancient one. Holy wells and healing waters played an important part in worship before the advent of Christianity. In a previous video, I talked about the healing spring at Glanham that was dedicated initially to native Celtic gods and then went on to become sacred to Roman gods as well. A similar situation occurred, as I also talked about, in Bath, where the holy pool was dedicated to the Celtic goddess Sul and then to Minerva. Neither of these sacred spots continued to be sacred to the inhabitants of the area after the Roman period. In Wales, however, healing wells were just getting started. In the Bible, water acts as a metaphor for cleansing and purifying. Baptism, of course, takes place via water. The Bible also speaks directly to the power of water to heal. For example, in the second book of Kings, verse 5:14, it says, "Then went he down and dipped himself 7 times in Jordan, according to the saying of the man of God. And his flesh came again like to the flesh of a little child, and he was clean." There are also 2 verses from John, 1:5-4. "For an angel went down at a certain season into the pool and troubled the water. Whoever then first, after the troubling of the water, stepped in was made whole of whatever disease he had." The second is from 9:7, which reads, "Go wash in the pool of Siloam. He went his way therefore and washed and came seeing." Both these latter 2 are associated with miracles of Jesus. Well, the most famous well in Wales is probably that of St. Gwenfrewi, who we will talk about in a later video. One website documents over 100 sacred wells and water sites throughout the country. Many of these are credited, like the early churches, to a specific saint. The founder's holiness thus gave the place its potential power to heal, and is usually accompanied by an apocryphal story. In these instances, the saint is often depicted as striking or piercing the ground with his or her staff, in the manner of Moses, whereupon water gushes forth. One quote from the story of St. Haug reads, "For if any sick person drink from that fount, trusting firmly in the Lord, he will receive soundness of belly and bowels, and he will throw up in his vomit all slimy worms out of himself."
Thank goodness.
That's a direct quote. It was in the medieval period that many of the structures surrounding the wells that we see today were built, and many wells and healing springs continued to be places of pilgrimage for healing throughout the 19th century. Because many wells were associated with churches, like Llangollen from last week, they have survived until modern times, but others have been paved over or forgotten. Fortunately, we still do have a few we can visit, the first of which is St. Cubby's Well, which we'll be talking about next week.
Holy whales and wells.
I actually said that at one point when I was reading it out loud to myself. Holy whales and wells. It's like, that's all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for watching my video. You can click on the playlist or subscribe to my channel to see more. There'll be a new video next week. If you want to check out my books, click on the link to my webpage.